I'm Randi Weingarten. I'm honored to be the president of the AFT. Before that, I was the president of the UFT. Before that, I was a social studies teacher and a lawyer. And over the course of 2024, I decided that I needed to write a book. I had been thinking about these issues beforehand, but in that election, it was clear to me, watching what was going on, not only with Joe Biden fighting for democracy, saying it was the most important issue of our times, but watching the way Project 2025 and Donald Trump was acting in terms of what he himself was warning that he would do, but what others were warning. I thought I needed to write a book that was a warning. That's why the word fascist is in here, but also a book that was about who the heroes are in this story, who could get us to a more perfect union, who could get us to a place where there's real opportunity for each and every one of the people who are on American soil, a place where we really see, feel, and act on the American dream. So I wrote a book that was out in September called Why Fascists Fear Teachers. So I wrote it as a warning about what could happen in America. I hope it never does, but what could happen in America if we move from democracy to a fascistic or authoritarian kind of government, and what that means when you have the rule of one, the rule of the all-powerful, as opposed to the rule of the people, and those steps that fascists go through to actually get to a fascistic government, which frankly, people in America don't really know. I saw that firsthand watching Generals Kelly and General Milley attempt to warn people at the end of the election period in September and October and November of 2024, and people mocked them, didn't understand that they were giving us a warning of what could happen if you had an authoritarian come to the White House and act like a king as opposed to a president. Something that even the founding fathers said to us, please, we need no kings. We fought the Revolutionary War to ensure that we would never have another king. And what did they say was the bulwark against tyranny, the bulwark against having kings, the bulwark against having the rule of one as opposed to the rule by the people? Education. And that's the second reason I wrote the book, because ultimately, the way in which we create the habits of democracy, the way in which we create the pathways through opportunity, that starts with public schools and public school teachers who teach our kids critical thinking, who teach our kids the habits of democracy, having a welcoming and safe environment, an environment where people and kids who are really different come together in a classroom and learn how to live together, learn how to respect one another regardless of their differences. And who are the people who do that each and every day? Teachers. So this book is not just a warning. It's not just a hope about what we need to do as an antidote to fascism or to fascistic behavior, but it's a love letter to the people who each and every day do that. Teachers all throughout America, frankly, all throughout the world, who are too often smeared instead of supported, too often reviled instead of respected. Teachers are the one who are the hope for our future because of how they lift up all of God's children. Hopefully, we will enjoy the book, Why Fascists Fear Teachers.